Tempting. He is not quite so in. I suppose you hope it will reply back to me. Perhaps engage in a light musical number. We're not in a fairy tale, you know. I suppose you hope it will reply back to me. Perhaps stupid flowers.
Did you say something, Holmes?
I said that. If I pick up my equipment, I do not want to repeat the zinc. I don't want to carry around. Not at the moment, please. I cannot use it in any meaning. It is entirely too large to easily take down. Death is a mingling of eternity with time. In the death of a good man, eternity is seen looking through time.
You horrify me sometimes, Holmes.
Death is a mingling of eternity with time. In the death of a good man, eternity is seen looking through time.
You
A print of Turner's The Great Fall of the Reichenbach. It's been there since Watson and I moved here, but has taken on additional meaning in the course of our adventures. We could go back to Switzerland, you know, for a holiday. I imagine it.
That may be. However, I would prefer not to.
I will let you return to... I suppose you hope it will reply back to me. Perhaps engage in a light musical number. We're not in a fairy tale, you know. Ah, my loyal beakers, my beloved Bunsen burner.
Do you have some experiment?
Not at present. There are enough. I've been meaning to get rid of that. It clutters. No, there's no... I hope you realize that you're taking up valuable space in a finely tuned machine. No, it is useless. Entirely useless. There's no need for it to be... I wish it to remain here. Mycroft would tell me that I should consider the problem for my... That was generally... My brother instead. Tempting. He is not... My intimate... Shall we see what can be observed? I should visit my brain attic. I would prefer to speak to the gentleman it is attached to. I would prefer to speak to the gentleman. I would prefer to speak to the... The leg won't be of much use. I thought... He was shot in the left thigh. The evidence is mostly gone. His blood-stained trousers have been burned. The bandage is not visible under his clothes. I can tell from the way he sits that it's still causing him some discomfort. He has had quite enough gunshot wounds for one lifetime.
Holmes, you are brooding again. I am touched that you are so affected. Holmes?
I'm feeling to see if you have a temperature.
I do not. You may read it when I am finished, Holmes.
becoming familiar with your competition, Watson?
It's a jolly good little story. Then one night...
Who are the suspects?
Well, personally, I suspect the butler who... Wait. If I keep telling you details, you will tell me who the culprit is before I have finished. Sorry, Holmes. You must...
I would prefer to speak to the gentleman it is attached to. I could guess her.
Home. Home.
A thousand.
Home. Home.
A thousand.
Holmes. Please.
A thousand.
What is this, Holmes?
An empty beaker.
Ah, and the fact that it is...
No one. There. I now have a beaker full of carbonated water. Dear fellow, you seem to be thirsty after your curried lamb. Apologies for the container. Mrs. Hudson seems to have purloined all our glasses. It is clean, I assure you.
Thank you, Holmes. You are right. I am thirstier than I realized. I will trust that you have avoided cross-contamination when it comes to your scientific equipment, and that this is not an attempt to poison me.
Well, I've done that for him at least. Perhaps I should stop delaying. There's something important I need to speak to him about. I suppose you hope it will reply back to me. Perhaps engage in a light musical number. When... I've always felt this gasogene is a very neat little device. It is only a shame that I am not more partial to what it produces.
You should try it, Holmes. Carbonated water is very healthful. It is good for dyspepsia.
I do not want to move it. It fits rather neatly in this corner. This is Watson's. The two chemicals react. For some reason, there are usually some
Holmes, please. Holmes. Holmes. I am here to be of use, Holmes. But perhaps wait a while until this particular gunshot injury has healed,
Tempting. He is not. I cannot use it in any... It has been nearly a decade since I have done so. I'm not even certain that the contents are still inside. No, my apologies in disobeying your command, but I will not be engaging in that particular activity. If I were to suddenly pick it up, after a decade of vehemently ignoring it, Watson would be distressed. I nearly lost my whole career to this vice. Even now, I feel the fiend is only sleeping.
Oh, my dear fellow. Are you suffering?
No, Watson, do not worry. The sleep is a deep one, and deeper each passing year.
I am so very proud of you, Holmes.
Thank you. It is a small leather traveling case with a velvet lining. When I last looked inside, probably around 5 years ago, it housed a hypodermic syringe and other accoutrements. You may wonder why I still keep it here at all. I find there is a certain satisfaction in knowing it is available, yet untouched. Perhaps one day I will find some other use for the case.
Holmes, are you...
Perfectly fine, Doctor. Please continue with your book.
I am here to be of use, Holmes.
I have other business I must attend to at the moment. I could take the dirty dish to my housekeeper, Mrs. Hudson, but I feel that would set a bad precedent. She may expect me to do the same again. He looks more comfortable now he's had something to drink.
I am here to...
Wait a moment. The thing I wish to say to Watson is quite significant. Am I ready to take this step? Watson, we must discuss something important. Earlier, you presumed that I was berating myself for allowing you to come to harm. While my thoughts have turned that way often, ever since you were injured, it was not what I was thinking in that moment. Rather, I was trying to decide how to share some important news with you. I have decided to retire.
Retire?
Yes, to sequester myself away on the farm of my dreams. I have a notion to take up beekeeping.
Give up your detective work? Surely not. You are simply upset because I was hurt. In a week or two...
No, I'm quite certain. In fact, I purchased a cottage and some land in Sussex several months ago. I do not crave the thrill of detection as I once did. It is a task for a young man, and I am no longer young. It is time to move on.
But what am I to do?
Whatever you like, Watson. I am not your keeper. It is rather a large cottage.
Holmes, you know that I will never tire of your company. A countryside retirement sounds idyllic, yet this is very sudden. I am not certain I am ready for that kind of seclusion. I still have a few decades' worth of a perfectly respectable medical career ahead of me, and people here who rely on me.
Once I fail to supply the curious adventures which thrill you and provide you with material for your sordid magazine stories, you lose interest in me. Is that it?
Of course not. You know that is not true.
Or perhaps you've set your sights on marrying the sensible and pretty matron who brings you flowers and writes you sweet nothings. If you propose, I'm certain she will agree. She has not been subtle about her intentions.
Holmes, you are being childish.
Yes, I suppose I am.
Of course, I will come with you if you need me. If you ask me to join you, I will.
I cannot ask that of you. You are loyal and true to a fault, my dear, dear Watson, and I am certain that you would give up your passions to join me in mine. If you did, a seed of resentment would be sown which might drive us apart in the end. I could not endure that.
It seems that we are being drawn along different paths then.
Yes.
Strange, isn't it?
Yes. Very strange.
They were wonderful years, weren't they? I loved every moment.
Watson, they were glorious. We were glorious.
You won't vanish on me, will you, Holmes? You won't simply disappear without telling me you were going. I could not bear that.
No, I think I have a little more sense these days than to engage in those kinds of theatrics. Should you need me, Watson, you will find me in Sussex, and you will always be very, very welcome. Watson, are you going to loiter on my doorstep all morning?
Good afternoon, Holmes. My word, you look well. I don't think I've ever seen you with so much flesh on your bones and colour in your cheeks.
I remain as wiry as ever under the knitwear, I assure you.
I must apologize for turning up out of the blue like this. I know I should have written to you ahead of time. My ship came in this morning and I found myself unceremoniously deposited back in England. I couldn't face the hubbub of London. I really am dog-tired. And you do have rather a good track record of perking me up when I'm back from a war. So I thought, I hoped, if it is at all inconvenient, then you must tell me. I am certain I can find alternative accommodation.
Watson, kindly stop talking nonsense. Come inside, get out of that uniform, and make a move at home. You must stay for as long as you like, my dear, dear Watson. Watson is by my side again. I must ensure that he's able to rest and recuperate, and find a way to tell him, well, many things. But how? A picnic, perhaps, on the cliff tops. He would like that. The perfect moment of peace and tranquility after the bloodshed he has seen, all the lives he has saved and not managed to save. I will ask my housekeeper for suggestions for what I will need. She can generally be found in the kitchen. misunderstand. This device is for playing back sound, not recording it. I did once own an Edison phonograph, with some thoughts that I might record some memoirs of my childhood onto wax disc. Alas, I am not the wordsmith and storyteller that Watson is. I'm afraid my tale was rather dull, and now my attic is brimming with wax cylinders.
Be my little baby bumblebee. Buzz around, keep a buzzing round. Bring home all the honey love to me. Little bee, little bee. Let me spend the happy hours roving.
Sadly, it isn't portable.
When we get where
A device for playing sound recorded on a disc made of shellac. Although acoustically it is a Platonian shadow of true music, I must say that I enjoy putting on a record in the evenings and enjoying a concert in the comfort of my own home.
you and me, you and me. Honey, keep a buzzing, please. I've got a dozen cousin bees, but I want you to be my baby bumblebee.
Use it how precisely? I would prefer it. Death is a mingling of eternity in the death of a good man. Eternity is seen looking, or so Goethe said. There is no need to wind it, because it does not work. I do not expect that pleading with one's grandfather clock will make time go any faster or slower. Dr. Johnson once noted that time, with all its celerity, moves slowly to him whose sole employment is to watch its flight. One does not need to worry about time racing forwards with this particular clock. I removed the pendulum after finding the noise irritating. If you hear any ticking, it is coming from the clock behind you on the opposite wall. My pocket watch is more convenient. Dr. Johnson once noted that time, with all its celerity, moves slowly to him whose sole employment is to watch its flight. One does not need to worry about time racing forwards with this particular clock. I removed the pendulum after finding the noise irritating. If you hear any ticking, it is coming from the clock behind you on the... On further reflection, I should wait to put these on until I am near the hives. I'll take them with me for now. I would need to fetch a ladder to reach them, and I have no reason to do so. I don't have any... That is silly. You know it. That is silly. You know it. Various dried flowers and herbs. I was exploring possible uses of botanical pigments in medieval Northumbrian monasteries. It is perfectly fine where... Don't be absurd. Don't be absurd. One day perhaps I could cause you to be accidentally smashed. I'm sure I could devise a method which Watson would not... No, I will not be taking that abomination against good taste anywhere. I don't need to clean my spectacles. A Staffordshire pottery dog. Watson bought it from the village fete. I detest it. Nothing I can observe is relevant. Perhaps I should speak with her. I was an accomplished boxer in my youth, but she would trounce me utterly if I tried. I wouldn't. Use it how? Don't be absurd. A strange idiosyncrasy of my battle axe of a housekeeper. She often wears them about her person. Use it how, precisely? Don't be absurd. I've never known a woman with such a passion for tobacco. We can talk for hours about it. I wouldn't. Her hair grew very thin many years ago, so now she crops it short and wears a wig. Don't be absurd. Use it how? I wouldn't. I was. Martha, I'm planning a surprise picnic for Watson. What key components would you suggest are required?
A surprise picnic, eh? This isn't secretly some scheme, is it?
Scheme?
You're not setting this up in order to capture a gang of counterfeiters or such like?
No, I am setting this up in order to enjoy a picnic.
Oh, well, it was worth checking. I would have thought the location is very important. A quiet spot with a beautiful view, perhaps. You will need a hamper of food, naturally. I recall from his previous visits that the doctor is very partial to Mrs. Kumar's elderflower cordial. I imagine he would appreciate a bottle.
A hamper of picnic food, a bottle of elderflower cordial, and a quiet spot to enjoy both. I think that can be arranged. Thank you. Can you make a hamper of food for me?
Certainly. When do you need it by?
Lunchtime today.
Mr. Holmes, I do not have time to drop everything, go to the shops, acquire additional food, and make you a picnic in time for lunch. Perhaps you could postpone your plans a few days.
No, Martha, no. It is vital, it is paramount that I will arrange the picnic hamper myself. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. You will keep out of mischief, won't you?
I think it must be a fundamental law of the universe that a cat cannot be used. Oh, but she's sleeping and looks so peaceful. I don't wish to wake her. Besides, it would compromise her dignity. Hodge, who I think I must begrudgingly consider to be my cat, or else I am her human. Well, she turned up one day and has not left me, at least. And how are you today, Puss? Your studies of the local rodentia are proceeding well? You simply wish to know how many bedrooms I have, don't you? Oh, very well. I can turn the handle and open the door if... Don't be observed. It should... Don't be... You should select an item for me. I sometimes check my violin for cracks in the varnish, which would suggest it is in need of a luthier. But a hand lens is a better choice for that task. No. Studying that with a microscope would reveal nothing of interest. Do not let the... No. There is nothing. It is where I keep my... Let me see. There is old chemistry equipment, some pliers, some string. Aha! My lock-picking tools. These are always useful. I can assure you it is securely fastened in place. Perhaps you mean me to open it? My word. For many years, this was a lumber room. I made it ready for Watson prior to his arrival by bringing out the few belongings of his I retained from our Baker Street days. Clearly, he has added to the nest the items he brought in his suitcase. Seeing all his personal effects here makes me feel as though I've stepped backwards through time. I'm pleased to say that my heartbeat sounds strong. I'm certain that keeping active and eating better than I did in decades past has helped. Don't be absurd. I would prefer to talk to the author himself. But Watson has written something here. I should look at it carefully before tapping away on his machine. I may spoil something of importance. Let me see what Watson has been writing. Aha! It is one of his memoirs about my cases. The affair of Professor Presbury. I've said for many years that he should publish on that matter, if only to dispel some of the ugly rumours which echoed through London society some 20 years ago. Now, what does he say about me? He's always overly flattering. Rarely does he spare me any blushes. The relations between Holmes and I those latter days were peculiar. He was a man of habits, narrow and concentrated habits, and I had become one of them. Oh dear. As an institution, I was like the violin, the shag tobacco, the old black pipe, the index books, and others perhaps less excusable. His remarks could hardly be said to be made to me. Many of them would have been as appropriately addressed to his bedstead. Oh, Watson, I am sorry. No, I do not think so. It would be fun to wear them as part of a disguise, but Watson might take offense. Martha would say that is an excellent... I have always been an odd-looking fellow, and I cannot say that age has improved the situation. It is perfectly... No use. It is locked. Certainly not. She belongs here. We do not talk much, I'm afraid. She sells cloth, small items of haberdashery, and of course, her famous elder. My neighbour, Mrs. Kumar, came to live in Fulworth in 1915. She is a widow. I believe her husband served in the Indian Expeditionary Force under the command of General Sir James Wilcox. Like so many other women in the wake of that terrible slaughter, she has built up a livelihood to support herself and her young son. She has a shop selling quality cloth and butter would not melt in the mouths of the ladies of Fulworth when they buy fabric from her, but behind her back they gossip cruelly. Use it how precisely? She is simply imaginary and cannot reply. Miss Tilda is the niece of my former client, Miss Violet Hunter. Miss Hunter became her guardian following the death of her parents. She is a vivacious young lady with a great passion for learning, particularly in the field of the natural sciences. Miss Tilda is the niece of... She is... Use it how... She is simply imaginary. Certainly not. I suppose he'd better stay here for the moment. I have nothing to say to him. Use it how precisely? I have known a great many policemen in my time. Constable Webber does not rank well. He has a patronizing way of speaking to me, which I do not... Perhaps one day I will find a use for it. Fine. Remain here. Fine. I've given up on attempting to get rid of that. It seems I am stuck with it. It is an imaginary construct of a scientific model. I cannot pick it up. Use it how? Good doggy. Good doggy. Certainly not. Toby the Third, my loyal sleuth hound. I had determined not to have another dog after the loss of Toby the Second, but I could not resist that eager little face. I need it. Certainly not. Use it how? She's simply imaginary. He seems inclined to follow his... Stackhurst is my closest neighbour. He and I have been friendly from the day he was a well-known rowing... I think it must be a fundamental... How are you today, Puss? You're studying... Hodge, who I think I must... Well, she turned up one day and has not... Hello, operator. The digest I'll hold.
My dear Sherlock, how can I be of assistance?
I would like to ask your advice.
How can I help?
I have nothing to ask advice about at present.
No? Oh.
How are you, Mycroft? And how is London?
Oh, I'm well, and so is London. I find that retirement suits me.
You are keeping yourself occupied?
Certainly. I breakfast and read my book from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock. From 10 until 1 o'clock, I take in the view from my window.
For 3 whole hours, Mycroft. You do not find that dull?
To anyone who wishes to study mankind, that is the spot. I see the whole gamut of society through that window. Then I dine at the Ivy before heading to the Diogenes from 2:15 until 8:15.
I see. A punishing schedule.
And what are you doing with your dotage, little brother?
I am devising a small treat for Watson. A picnic.
Outside?
That is generally a location where one picnics.
Each to their own, I suppose. Personally, I shall be dining at a table.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye, Sherlock. Do call again.
Hello, yes, hello.
My dear.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye.
Hello, operator. Yes. Goodbye. An old-fashioned model, but it serves me well enough for keeping in touch with the world beyond my hermitage. I could use it to phone my brother Mycroft, should I require his assistance. I believe that one is generally expected to talk into the telephone, not at it. However, I think I understand. Yes, I'll...
My dear.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye.
It is perfectly... It is... It is perfect. much as I may wish to have Watson in my pocket at all time, I don't think he will fit.
As always, I am here to be used, Holmes. But perhaps you could be more specific?
Watson, wake up. How are you feeling, Watson?
Very well, thank you.
Your old war wound is not bothering you?
No. I think this warm weather is good for it.
Arthritis? Are you entirely sure I have arthritis?
Yes, I am. I am sorry, Holmes. I don't mean to act like a mother hen.
You cannot help being a doctor, Watson. Oh, let me think. Am I ready to spring my surprise on Watson?
Were you going to say something, Holmes?
No.
You...
How is your house and medical practice in London?
They have been all mothballs and dust sheets since I left for Shoot. To tell you the truth, Holmes, I have not been back there.
I have noticed something about you, dear fellow. I have no further deductions concerning... Goodbye, Watson.
Goodbye, Holmes.
The device is best used on the table. Come now, be specific. What do you wish me to use the extract? I refuse to put that in my extractor. I refuse to put that in my... I do not need to wear protective clothing for that time. Don't be... Come now, be specific. What do you... The device. My extractor, designed to drain honey from a beehive. Use it how, precisely? I need... As much as I may... I don't think... Dr. John H. Watson, my stalwart biographer, intimate friend, and erstwhile partner in the art of detection. It is not one of the faux moustaches I've sometimes worn as part of a disguise, so I cannot simply remove it. Why would I want to? It suits him so well, and his upper lip may catch a terrible chill.
That tickles!
The finest moustache in all England. There are crumbs on his moustache. Toast, I believe.
Holmes? Why are you holding my hand?
Use Watson's hands. How poetic. I suppose I have done that metaphorically many times. The steady hands of a writer and a surgeon, even now. But clearly he has been writing this morning. He has ink stains on his hands. Also, I observed him doing it.
Home?
There was an occasion when I used Watson's boots to create a full set of footprints to fool a blackmailer. I don't need to do that now, however, so I'll leave them where they are. Such sturdy boots, well maintained with the finest beeswax. He is wearing his sturdiest boots, the ones he usually reserves for muddy walks. Watson is rather good at pulling himself up by the bootstraps. They do not need to do it for him. As I don't.
But perhaps you could be more specific.
Sadly, it isn't portable. A print of Turner. Watson accuses me of. I feel it does a man no harm. Use it. Sometimes, if I could have found the happiness I have now earlier in my life, or like Psyche, was I required to complete my tasks before earning my ambrosia? I refuse. That would disturb the bee. While I am experienced enough to know how to interact with the bees without wearing protective equipment, my little neighbor Miss Tilda may be watching. It is best that I set a good example for her. They are buzzing around in fine form. If I want to open the hive, I should subdue them first.
Hello, Master.
You're a good boy.
Woof, woof. Well, naturally. And I think you're a good human, Master. Especially when... It's a pity that for all your intelligence, you can't understand me.
Ah, Toby, if only you could speak.
Oh, don't worry, Master. You have that nice doctor fellow to talk to now. I don't need conversation. I'm content.
That's enough talk for now, doggy.
Very well, Master.
Noble hound, the finest cat.
I say, that's a little rich. All true, of course.
He is a useful pup in many ways. An excellent guard. Good at... wake up.
Mhm.
Oh, let me think. I have a surprise for you.
A surprise?
Yes, one worth waking up for, I assure you.
What's all this, then?
It is a picnic, naturally.
I see. Holmes?
Yes, dear fellow.
I can't help but notice that for a picnic, there is a distinct lack of food and drink.
Indeed, yes. I must ask for your forgiveness on that point. You see, I did not want to play the game. Yes, it's quite obvious to me that this world you and I inhabit is pure artifice. It exists merely for entertainment, or perhaps for art. Haven't you noticed that there is no way for us to leave the village of Fulworth? That the interior of my house in no way corresponds to the exterior? That I've been led by an unseen guide to perform some quite strange actions?
Well, that is disconcerting. If you are right, Holmes, and we are in some make-believe world, I'm pleased that the person who created it ensured that we should be here together in such a beautiful place.
We could hardly exist apart, I think.
Do you suppose the unseen hand that has been guiding your path has enjoyed spending time here with us?
Perhaps. I imagine it was a small diversion, at least.
You know, Holmes, with all this talk of picnics, I am rather hungry. Perhaps we should go to the pub for a meal. Unless the pub doesn't exist.
Oh, no, dear Watson. I don't think you need to fear on that count. The game has come to a close. And so, you and I are free to walk off into the wider world of the imagination, where there is a little thatched-roofed pub nearby which will serve us a quite excellent cottage pie. And we can enjoy one another's company.
Queenie Bee lived orderly, and she was a funny little honeybee. Billy Bumble used to mumble round the rosemary, where she would meet him, greet him, and then treat him to some honey sprees. Then start a buzzing in a dozen different loving keys. Be my little baby bumblebee. Buzz around, keep a buzzing round. Bring home all the honey love to me. Little bee, little bee, little bee. Let me spend the happy hours roving with you amongst the flowers. And when we get where no one else can see, cuddle up, cuddle up, cuddle up. Be my little baby bumblebee. Buzz around, keep a buzzing round. We'll be just as happy as can be. You and me, you and me, you and me. Honey, keep a buzzing, please. I've got a dozen cousin bees, but I want you to be my baby bumblebee.